Hey, it's Nate. Welcome back to the Begin Within Health Show. You found me again, and I'm glad that I found you. Hey, did you know this show is in the top 5% of all podcasts? I know it blows my mind every time I say it, every time I think about it. And that means I owe you a huge thank you for listening and for watching and for helping to keep this show where it is. I would love for this podcast to grow even more, to get even higher up on that list. Here's what you can do to help: rate and review the show, especially if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. That would help me so much. Of course, share it with your friends, your colleagues, coworkers, your workout buddies, whoever it may be that you believe will benefit from it. Please share it as well. Rate and review the show. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can do something as simple as making sure you're subscribed to the channel, as well as just leaving a comment. Say hi, ask a question. I would love it so much. It would mean a lot to me, and that helps the show get in front of more people. Thanks again for helping to keep the Begin Within Health Show in the top 5% of all podcasts. Let's keep it growing. Thanks so much. Let's dive into the topic I have for you today. Here's the problem. Have you ever tried to build a new habit? Something like, I'm going to eat healthier starting today, or I am going to work out 5 days a week starting today, or even just this: I'm going to start to drink more water. I'm going to try to drink less coffee. Wait, no, I hope you didn't ever set that goal. No, just kidding. All right, I'm getting off track. You really meant to follow through on something, but it just didn't end up happening. You felt motivated, you had a goal, but then life got busy, you forgot, you lost track, and suddenly the habit was gone, out of reach, out of sight before anything exciting even really happened with it. Has that ever happened to you? Well, if that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. That's exactly what this episode is going to help you with. I want to talk about a simple framework that I use every single week with my clients during something that we call our healthy habits coaching session. And we do these toward the beginning of the week, usually on Monday. The times vary so that as many different individuals as possible can schedule and jump in on that session with me. They're weekly group calls, they're Zoom calls where we dive into one important health topic, and then those that are there take turns in the hot seat. This is an opportunity for them to share what it is they're working on in terms of health and fitness, to talk about where they're stuck, where they want to improve. And then together with them, I refine one habit for them to work on for that next week. And then I add that habit right into their Begin Within Fitness app so that they can track every single day their progress, how they're doing with it. But what I wanted to share with you is the feedback that I tend to give again and again, and I love doing it, and I will continue to do it happily. But feedback on habits, the habit we choose, why it's so important, and the way that we do it. Okay. I'm going to share that feedback that I give and how I help my clients to formulate a good habit to focus on for the week. We do it through 3 filters. All right. And this ensures that there's something that they've got that they can execute, that they can stick to. And I'm going to walk you through the exact same process. So let's dive in. What you can do is think about an area that you want to make some improvement. And as you're listening or watching, put your goal through these 3 filters, and let's see if we can come up with a great habit for you to use in order to make sure that you are improving your health and fitness. First, let's talk about why most habits don't stick, why they don't actually become automatic, why they don't actually become habitual. It's not laziness, it's not a lack of motivation. It's usually that the habit is too vague. It's too vague. It's something like, I want to eat better. I want to drink more water. I should get to the gym more. Those are those are like ideas, right? Those are all nice ideas, but they aren't habits. They're not trackable. They're not specific. And because of that, they're not sustainable. So let me walk you through the three filters that I'm always thinking in terms of when I'm helping my clients set up a new habit. You can use these for yourself to make sure that you are staying on track. Whenever someone shares a new goal with me, right? Again, look at it. We're in that group call, we're in that group meeting on Zoom, and someone says, "Well, here's what I want to be working on right now." I look at these three questions. Kind of they just pop up in my mind. Number one, is this something that you can do every day? Number two, can you answer yes or no to whether you did it? And number three, are you confident you can follow through? So, first of all, that filter, can you do it every single day? We are looking for something, first of all, that is realistic, right? For you to do every single day. But we're looking to actually create a habit, right? We use that word. What we're hoping we can do is this becomes automatic, whatever it is we're working on. And so, in order to do that, it has to be something that is going to come up in your life on a consistent basis. And so, if I'm going to work, my goal is I want to work out more. How often do you want to work out? I want to work out 3 days a week. Right there, I have a problem because if we're going to work out 3 days a week, that means 4 days a week we're not working out. I believe it's going to be very hard to habitualize working out 3 times a week. Like it just becomes an automatic part of life. We've talked about that before on the show, working out specifically. There's some ways around that. If you're interested in learning more and you can't remember what I said or find that old episode, drop me a comment, shoot me a message at Nate Slager on social media. We'll talk about it. I'm happy to share it with you. Workout specifically. But you get the idea. If we're not doing this every single day, how do we make it actually habitual? How do we make it actually automatic? So that is a big, big question, right? Is this something you can do every day? And if you're initially thinking, oh, I just want to do this a few times a week, well, then we need to find a way to make at least part of it a daily thing, right? So if you're saying, hey, I want to lift 3 times a week, okay, great. What are you going to do the other days? Let's talk about it. Let's address that. All right, so you got it. Can I do it every day? That I believe is essential in order to make this habitual. Number two, can you answer yes or no to it? Right? That was the second question. Can you answer yes or no to whether you did it? And what I want to think about there is simply this. Sometimes we say, I want to drink more water. Okay. Okay. Yes or no. Today, did you drink more water today? You see the problem? Did I drink more water today? More than what? Right? Um, Other times we're just too vague about what it is that we want to do. I want to sleep better, right? Okay. Did you sleep better? Great. That's a yes or no, right? Okay, but better than what? How do you quantify better? How do you how do you rate better? We need to figure that out. And that's part of the goal setting process. Can we answer yes or no? I want it to be either yes, executed, or no, it wasn't. And keep this in mind. If the answer is no, I don't ever want anybody to feel bad. If the answer is consistently no, I didn't do it, then that means we just set up a habit that wasn't very effective. That's all that means. It didn't fit in to your life very well. We can adjust that. We can learn. And that's what we do if the answer is consistently no. But we need to say yes or no every single day to it. Was it on or was it off? Right? Check the box or did I not check the box? That is essential. We don't need it to be a whole complicated thing. All right. We just need to say yes or no to it. And if there's other tracking involved in order to get us to say yes or no, for example, oh, did I eat 3 meals today? Yes or no? Okay. That will be a yes or no question. It's very trackable. Again, we would work on the quality of that goal more than likely, but that would require then that we're at least cognizant. I had 1, I had 2, I had 3. Yes, right? Sometimes there's some more tracking that might be involved. Third question. Are you confident you can follow through? Before we even leave the gate, before we head out to go work on this thing, I want you to feel confident that this is very doable. If there's even a little doubt, I'm not really sure. Okay, well, then we're trying something that might be too big to fit into your life right now. And that's okay. Again, all we want to do is move forward. Steps are steps, forward is forward. Your habit should feel like even if I'm having my worst day, I can still say yes to this. I can still get this thing done. Start small. We're going to create some wins. We can always make it bigger later. We can always build on success, but we have to have it there first. And we need to practice following through on the process. We need to practice having an intention and then doing it. And if it's very, very small, that's great. 1 week of small wins is going to serve you very, very well in the scheme of things, much more so than trying to go too big and having a week of 7 more no's, right? 7 more times I didn't check the box. I didn't move forward at all. So, are you confident you can do this? And oftentimes, what that involves is either changing the goal entirely into something else or taking what we have and making it a lot smaller. Okay. Now, I'll give you a real life example. This is one that came up recently. A client said, well, I want to eat more protein. Yeah, that sounds good. We had a little conversation about ultra processed foods and how healthy protein is for you, how ultra processed foods generally are taking out protein. They don't contain a lot of protein, the reasons why, and how healthy protein is for you. Okay. That's what we talked about at the beginning of the session. I bring a topic, I talk, and then we do the hot seat stuff, right? So then my client said, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm with you. I want to eat some more protein. All right. Awesome. That's a great intention. But what do we need to do? I want to eat some more protein. We need to make it a lot more trackable, maybe more defined, right? So I asked, well, more than what? At what meal, right? What's the goal ultimately here? We just talked about it a little bit, asked some more questions, and she gave me those answers. And then we refined it down. We refined the goal down, right? Um, what meal do you want to eat more protein at? When are you short on protein? Do you feel like, right? When is it reasonable for you to consume more protein? Is it breakfast? Oh no, breakfast is on the go. How about lunch? No, I packed my lunch. You got it, right? Okay. How about dinner? We get some more in at dinner. Yes, I believe I can get some more in at dinner. Great. How much are you having right now? Well, I'm having at least 1 serving. Okay. Now you see where we're headed, right? We're having 1 serving on a regular basis. Could we have 2 servings of protein at dinner moving forward? Do you feel confident that you could do that? The answer was yes. All right. Now it's something they can do daily. They said yes. It's some, oh, rather, it's something that we could say yes or no to, right? Did I do it or didn't I do? And they My client felt confident that they could do it. So that's a good habit. Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. It's something that we can build on. And so what I did was I added it into her Begin Within Fitness app. And what that does is it pops up things to do today at the top of the dashboard. It tap open the app, and that's what comes up, things to do today. Boom. Did I have at least 2 servings of protein at dinner today? She could check yes or no. I did my habit. When she checks yes, it plays this goofy little, the app plays this little cartoon. It's like a high five or a thumbs up, and it tells you how many days in a row you've done the habit. All right. Track your habit streaks. So that is huge. Once we have the habit set up, is to set up some form of tracking. And this is where a lot of people skip ahead. They miss a huge opportunity because tracking isn't just about the data. Data is great because we can use it to make future decisions, but tracking is about momentum. When you track a habit, even if it's something small, just that you could check that box every single day, you start building a streak mindset. All right. So you see your progress, you start to build confidence, you create proof that you can follow through on your intentions and proof that you're moving in the right direction. You're taking steps, you're moving forward, and you're doing it even on your worst days, even on days when motivation is low. And now you've got a streak going. So on the rough days, oh, I've done it 10 days in a row. I'm definitely not missing today, right? And we get it done. We find a way to get it done because we have this momentum that's been building. We have this streak of daily habits we've executed day after day after day after day. I am going to continue to do it. And that's why making sure that your habit is trackable and that it's really easy to track. Just a simple yes or no is so important. And that's why we use that aspect of the Begin Within Fitness app so often. And, another little aspect of that I mentioned is that the app helps you to celebrate. You feel a little goofy, you get that little high five cartoon or the thumbs up, and it tells you how many days in a row you've done it. You're celebrating, you're feeling good after you take care of that habit. And that's something that a lot of people forget. It's just to celebrate success every time you get that habit done, every time you follow through. You got to celebrate. You got to smile. You got to say nice work. You got to give yourself a high five, a little fist pump. Or like I said, our app throws a little confetti when you check off the habit. It's kind of fun. It's kind of goofy, but goofy is fun. It's powerful. Your brain loves those little rewards, those little moments of celebration. They train you to want to come back and do it again tomorrow. And that is what is going to make your habit stick when we're having just a teeny bit of fun along with following through. All right. And if you have been like, wow, that Begin Within Fitness app sounds really, really cool, and you're already in the App Store or the Google Play Store looking for it, you'll be able to find it. We're not going to be able to use it. It's just for our clients. So if you want to check it out, here's what you need to do. Go over to beginwithin.fit. I'm like, wait, what's my website again? That's when you know I'm on a roll and I'm not really thinking about what I'm saying. Okay. Beginwithin.fit. You can look at those programs that we have available there right on the homepage. There's one that's called Just the App. You can get access to it. All the other ones include the app, including working with me as a personal training client. You get access to that app as well. Here's what I want you to take away from our conversation, though. Pick an area where you want to improve health. All right. We're going to talk about habits for you right now. If you haven't been thinking through that filter already, like I asked you to do, of your own area you want to improve, think about it right now. Pick an area where you want to improve your health. And then what specific habit do you want to work on in that area? Ask those 3 questions. Can I do it daily? Can I answer yes or no to it? And am I confident I can follow through? Then track it, see how you do. If the answer is no, 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 you didn't fail. You only fail if you give up. You quit altogether. That is important. If the answer is no, 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 then we just need to adjust the habit. We are going to make this work for you. So, can I do it daily? Can I answer yes or no to it? Am I confident I can follow through? And then track it. And when you execute it, when you check that box, however you decide to track it, with an app, on a piece of paper, on the whiteboard, on the fridge, whatever, celebrate every time that you check that box. You're taking steps forward. You're moving in the right direction. That is what this is all about. That's how you build a habit that actually lasts. Like I said, head over to beginwithin.fit. Check out our programs there if you're interested in working with me, or keep doing it on your own. You're doing awesome. You're heading in the right direction. Keep it up. I will talk to you again soon. Until next time, keep taking good care of yourself.